Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So, it's been about 3 weeks since my last project. As you've noticed there, I had to climb up. The cameras are way up high because this project's 7 foot tall. I'm going to do my normal video, so I'm going to do an introduction. I'm going to take the project outside in the sunlight. Thank goodness the sun's out. I'm going to take it out into the sunlight and I'm going to do a walkabout of the project the way I do with all my projects. Then I will bring it back in and I will do a demonstration of it working. And the final pictures will be the design and manufacturing process of the project. So as you can see here, this orange, and I'll now bring it into view. This orange frame is not only a frame or a booth, it is a powder collection system. So basically when I spray the powder or blow the powder onto the parts to be powder coated, the powder sticks through the charge of the powder going to the ground. I will demonstrate that in more detail when I'm actually using it. But at the meantime, I'm going to take it outside now and do a full walk around of all the parts. Okay everyone, so there might be a lack of road traffic noise in this video. It's a Sunday, so hopefully there's not that much traffic. So we're going to start with this frame. So this frame is built using aluminium, what do you call it? Like channel, all bolted together. So the frame's not welded together. It is bolted here with these wee fittings. There is glass panes in it. The glass panes are sealed with rubber, so there's no silicone or nothing that got used. So just to keep chemicals and stuff away from the actual powder area in there. So inside they have a door here at the front. This door is polycarbonate. There's a handle and 2 clips at either side. So I can lower the door by basically pushing them clips in. The door falls onto these wee rubbers, keep you from damaging the paint or nipping your fingers. There's another support here at the top. It's all stainless steel. As you can see here, apart from the frame. This tray is for the powder to fall onto. It's clean, it's 316 stainless. It has 45-degree angles right round, bent up so the powder doesn't fall off or over the edge, so you can collect the powder again. This here's a tribo effect gun. I'll go into more detail on that in a minute. So the powder I can push into here with a credit card or any sort of plastic card. What else do I have to talk about here? So underneath here you can catch the powder by attaching a bag to this, and the bag can rest on this fancy 316 tabletop sort of idea platform. The project has 4 casters and they're 50mm in height. This is where I attach my pneumatic air for the tribo gun and the air blower, which I can use for anything when I'm powder coating. We also have a light up here. That was a corn bulb, but it is now changed to an ordinary, I think it's just now a single LED. It's not very bright. The other one failed yesterday, sadly. So I can turn the light on and off here. I can adjust the speed of, I forgot to mention this. So there's a motor here in the middle, a spindle that I can spin the part on using this foot pedal. One of these foot pedals used to be for an electrostatic gun. This is now gone as I'm using a tribo effect gun. So this gun works by spraying the powder through Teflon material, and it's much different from the actual electrostatic machine. The electrostatic machine uses Faraday's law. That was then. The gun was unreliable in the damp weather conditions and hard to clean. So I switched to a tribo style gun, and where there's no actual electrostatic field at all. The tribo gun charges the powder by stripping the electrons, creating a positively charged powder. The gun is more effective at applying thicker coats, as it does not pass the powder through a charged field, allowing more unique characteristics that aid better application of on thicker layers on the parts. So this here bit of wire is just connected to a bolt, and the parts can be grounded onto this. This spins depending on the speed. There's a car coming. So this here system of design is, I designed all this. So this system here collects the powder, any powder floating about in the atmosphere in here. So the powder is sucked up this chute. Another 50mm pipe in here, 2-inch bend, as you can see here, and that is attached to a cyclone cylinder. This is used for dust extraction for wood, but I have converted it, sliced it, and made a tapered edge onto this pipe. It is welded on here with a TIG welder onto the top. I'm going to get a chair and stand up here in a minute. So this container is made to be transparent, clear, see-through, so you can see the powder building up. The powder you're looking to collect. You can also place filters on here if need be, but I have never done that. And what else do I have to talk about? So I'm going to get a chair here, hold on. So we have a chair now. So this is the top of the platform. I can hang any item on top of this. I can hang any item on top of inside here, because I have it designed to hold up to say 50 kg, 50 kilograms. This is the unit that sucks the excess powder out that's blowing about in the atmosphere inside the booth. What else? So here we have these wee wing nuts that I can take the actual tub off with the collected powder and use the powder again. I can also place filters on there, as I've mentioned. So this system here works through cyclone action. So when the powder's been drawn on here, it's just on to keep the dust out from falling out until I'm going to demonstrate here in a wee minute. So I attach a suction here, a huge flow such as a hoover, which I'm going to use, into this. It creates a centrifugal force inside this cylinder, and the force in this cylinder, any wee particles of powder, due to the mass of them, fall into this tub. Basically respect the gravity. So anything that falls through the centrifugal force, the centrifugal force forces particles down, and the particles then at this point just fall with gravity into here. You'll see that, and you'll see them spinning in a wee while. I'm going to use black powder for the demonstration. What else do we have to talk about here? So I'm going to take this off here, look. The motor spindle, I'll go up the top again. So at the top here we have a 12-volt motor. It is a screw. I'm going to go around the other side. There's a car now. So it is basically one of them screw drills. These screw drills is used as a cordless drill, sort of like a what do you call it, for screwing in ordinary wood screws and stuff like that. So I've made these fancy enclosures to go over the top of the drill as such. And on to this. So this is basically the cable coming from the voltage regulator. It's anything between 0 volts and 12 volt, depending on the speed that I set. This is the pneumatic air going in, down through this green clear tube. It gives me air to blow off parts before I powder coat or anything like that. This is the light fitting for the E14 screw bulb. So underneath here we have the whole system is grounded here at this point. This box, an electrostatic powder coating machine, used to sit here. Obviously I don't need that now since I'm using the tribo effect gun. This regulator here is for the gun itself, the tribo effect gun, not the air. The air is full force. I don't bother adjusting or regulating the air at all. All the cables is tucked inside the frame for neatness. So there's no, and the pneumatic pipes themselves. This was all cleaned up yesterday. So this project's been used for 5 years. Multiple This is not actually a project, it's a project for other projects. You will see them coming in the summertime. If I didn't have this project, I wouldn't be able to do what I do as neat. So these are glass panes. These can all be rubbed with plastic card to collect the powder, and the powder falls with gravity onto this platform. This is a part here we are going to sample in a wee minute, powder coating. I am basically going to hook this onto here. The hook is grounded. Well, I'm going to ground my rust to it. And I will hang the part like so, and I will spin it and blow powder at it using this tribo gun, powder coating gun. Okay, so one last thing before we move on. Hopefully I haven't missed nothing. This is the air coming down here and just on the inside. This here part here is for, it's a tracking system that I screw onto here. And I can roll in and out alloy wheel for cars. I have a, what do you call it, a trolley made for this. I'm going to just walk over to the garage and show it. So you'll see the oven here. I'm not demonstrating it this week, but I am going to show you exactly what that tracking system is. So here we have the oven. We have a trolley wheel that I have made. 3 bearings. It hangs alloys. It can hang anything. This oven's actually designed to hold, maybe I could hang a quarter of a ton here because I have a metal frame inside. We're not going to go into that in any detail, but I'm just showing you. So I can slide anything from the booth into the oven using this tracking system. You're probably wondering what goes in between these tracking system. Well, I'm going to show this now. So here we have a fancy thing. I'm not going to go into detail on this. I'm going to do this in the oven video because it was quite unique and it's long. So this here clips on to the booth, and the part in the booth is basically in there. So I don't use a turntable then to spin the parts. I spin the parts on that trolley wheel that I have currently made. So that's it. As I say, these supports for the perspex polycarbonate is just to support the door when I'm opening and closing it. I'm now going to take the booth back inside and do a demonstration of it working. It's that the door is to keep any dust or particles from falling in there when I'm in between powder coating, or even when I say likes of transferring a wheel, another wheel back into the booth. Pull the door up until the alloy falls down to temperature again for applying the powder in between stages, for example. So rather than putting the powder on when the object is sitting at 200 degrees, I would let it fall back down to maybe 140 or even 100 degrees and then apply the powder with the door up. That's just a stainless steel handle. So as I say, everything's made in stainless steel. Hopefully I haven't forgotten nothing. This funnel is all made. It's shaped. This is all handcrafted. This funnel, this container, this 4-inch 100mm tube, transparent tube. This clear cap is stuck on. You will see it at the end, the manufacturing process. So I think I haven't forgot about nothing. I hope I haven't anyway. Just get a wee quick look about it here. So that's stainless fancy frame, and inside there's they support all the components such as the regulator and that control box. The control box basically just has terminal blocks in it for groundings and stuff like that. And what else is in there? The light supply, a power supply, a 12-volt power supply for that voltage regulator up yonder. I forgot to show that in detail there. Look, right there, 2 seconds. So if I open this again, slide the door down. The door falls down through nice wee runners there that are welded on to the frame. You can see this, the tacks there with the TIG. So it's just lapped on with a TIG welder. This channel, the door runs up and down on it. I never showed this in detail here. So there's a wee control panel here that holds the voltage regulator and the switch for the light. And that's it. And now you're going to move on to the demonstration, and it will be I never ever had the powder coating booth so clean, and it's going to be lagered in black powder in a minute. It won't be that bad, it'll just be a wee bit of powder falls and a bit of powder will go into this cylinder. So that's it. A wee quick walk around before I go. So as I say, the project's 7 foot tall. It's approximately probably 900 mil wide, or nearly a metre wide, by, what height is it? 900 tall too, by about 600 deep back this way. So I can fit a quite big item in there. I wouldn't be putting something like an engine block in there or anything like that, but you know, rocker covers, brilliant for stuff like that. And alloy wheels, it's actually really good for that too, because I can spin them on their side. And I have done my alloys for my car in this recently, and you will see pictures at, I might put pictures at the end of this video or end of the oven video. That's it, that's the side. That's the back. And this is the right hand side with the powder coating collection system on the side. And this is the front with the door. So as I say, these two clips, mechanical clips, pop out and the door's up. And that's it. So we're going to move on now to the demonstration. Thank you. Okay everyone, so I have the machine ready, or system ready to go. I have the Henry Hoover attached. I'm going to take the camera off. I have the Henry Hoover just sitting on to the cyclone. It's no way attached, it just sits in nice and neat. So basically that's sucking a large volume of air. I don't know what it is, but it's a lot. In the Hoover we have new filter for demonstration, or not new filter, new bag. So the cleaner the bag, the more suction. And we have pneumatic air, which is attached to my blue airline coming down from my compressor. And basically it's sitting at approximately, I think it's 30-40 psi. So if I adjust this, oh sorry, the air's off over here, hold on. So if I turn my air on, you can hear it outletting out of the tank. Okay, so it's far higher than that. So I have it currently sitting at 80 psi. I think that's far too high. It should be around 40, but I don't think it really matters. It's your choice really. So I keep it around, I keep it quite high, you know. You know, that's the, as I said earlier on in the walkthrough, it's the regulating of the air for the tribo gun sitting in the under. The oven is now currently at 120 degrees, so just I'm going to lower this door now, and I'm going to hang the part and spray the powder onto it and take it from there. Okay everybody, so I have a grounding strap on my hand, my wrist, to ground the objects. However, this whole item, or this whole unit is grounded as I said earlier on, but I still use the grounding strap anyway as it's closer to the object, just in case. Where do we start? The door is lowered. The door is lowered, and the oven is up at temperature. You can hear it beeping. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reset that, and the oven is now going back up to temperature for 10 minutes. So by the time I do this part now in this demonstration and put it in the oven, everything should be okay. So wait there, this beeping noise won't start again. Okay, so I'm going to try and get the part in as best as I can. I don't want to lag the camera. I'm going to turn the Hoover on, the powder collection system first. So, what do you see? So as I say, I turn the Hoover on to full pelt. This unit's clean inside. And here now, sorry the camera's full. It's kind of awkward here. So inside here we have the atmosphere obviously, but any powder or dust has been sucked up into here. I can feel the suction. I can feel the suction at this point. I forgot to say this light is yellow. It's usually white cornball, but it's not in at the minute. And we're going to just turn the light off for this demonstration. We'll turn it off the crack. Okay, so any powder that falls onto the platform Take the camera off the stand, hold on. So any powder that falls onto the platform, I can scrape down into this bowl and into this bag. Let me see if I can find a card here in the pocket. Hold on 2 seconds. So, I don't know where it is now. Okay, so I found the card. So we're going to start this process again. Turn the hoover on. Full speed. I'm going to put the camera on the stand. And as close as possible, I'm going to try and get it in. So in this demonstration, you will see me using the foot pedal. You'll hear me using it to turn this. So basically what I'll do is I'll turn it and I'll spray the powder onto it and I'll turn it around the other side using the foot pedal. So I have a face mask on at the minute, my voice might be muffled. I'm with the hoover, so basically I ground the object, but really I don't need to be grounding it at the object. I can be grounding it up here. Don't need to be going near here, you know. This whole object's grounded anyway, but I like putting the strap on anyway. So as best as I can, now we're going to get this part in the video. You know what, we'll take it off the camera and bring it up close. So when I operate the foot pedal, the part spins using the cordless drill motor. And I can spin it, or I can speed it up. I will speed it up here. I don't need it going that fast obviously, or the powder will be hitting me in the face. But I'll put it back down again. Okay, so I've set at 1.4 volts. So that's kind of slow enough. I'll set it to 1.3. The oven's beeping now, let's set the oven again. Set the oven again. So I'm just trying to demonstrate this working. Okay, so now you've seen this working. So what I do is, sometimes I like to bring the part up to temperature first, up to about 100 degrees, but for the purpose of this video, I'm just doing it like this. So at the minute now, if I spray this powder, the powder has been sucked up, any excess powder has been sucked up under the, as you can see here in the cyclone that's flying round and round. It's already in there now. The filtering system, there was no filters in it, but, so basically, I'm going to put the camera down, it's too awkward, right there. So the camera's down, to do this demonstration. So, basically, I don't have enough air, hold on. So I've speed the air up. So this tribo effect done now, the powder is sticking to the part, nice and even. Really good gun powder. So I like to put on a good thick coat. And then I spin the object to the other side. Try and get it in the camera. And that's it. Put it. Simple. This is a part for one of my projects that will come in the summertime. They are not powder coated, but for the purpose of this video, I'm just showing, you know. So what I do now is put the grinding strap off my hand. Just to show this in the video. So as you can see here now, the powder is attached to the metal because this is like a static charge, not static. So you know, any powder lying on my tray, I gather back into flat surfaces here. This is not hard at all. So any powder that falls into the bag, onto this platform, also for my lungs, and also for saving the powder. You can see that this container is filling up on the inside. We are now going to place the part into the oven. So if I turn this hoover off, you will see the powder fall. Stop. So you can see it starting to gather there in the container, any excess powder. So this part is now powder coated. I'm going to open the oven up. I don't really want to put in the oven into the video. I like keeping one project for a video, you know. So I'm going to try and put this in the oven without interfering with it. I'm going to take it out to the daylight first. So that there object is coated with powder now, charged powder. I'm going to now stick it into the oven. Okay, so I'm going to have to stop the video because I'll start again and put it in the oven because the bit of wire hanging's too long. Okay, so the part is hanging in the oven. I didn't plan that very well, but it's okay. Oh yeah. So, this air blower can blow off everything to make it nice and clean. That's it. Just for the purpose of this video, I want to show how easy this is cleaned. So, with the Henry Hoover, the whole unit is very easy clean. Obviously, I wouldn't be doing that. I would try and save some powder if I was doing the one job and there was a lot of excess powder falling onto the stainless sheet. But for this video, I'm just demonstrating that the whole thing is easy clean. So that's really it. The parts in the project and the oven, sorry, and I will show pictures in a wee minute of it finished before I start the manufacturing process of this entire booth itself. And I hope you enjoyed. It was a good project, long time ago, and thank you for watching, and bye bye. Okay, so the very start of this project required building a frame. It was built using aluminium quick connect, using special fittings. The frame, the panel where the powder falls to was fabricated first and screwed into the frame itself. This part here was attaching channels for the polycarbonate door to slide up and down. These were spot welded with a TIG welder, so this is the cleaning of the sides here, ready before welding. This is then welded on, ready before painting with a red oxide primer. I think it was applied at first. This is the channel that holds the platform for the powder. Taking a wee notch out of it here so it sits into the frame nice and neat like so. This frame also held the electrostatic machine when it was used. However, this was completely removed now for the tribo gun. A control box now is in position of where the electrostatic machine used to sit on this frame here. This is the old powder coating system, so this is a bit basically electrostatic charge, Faraday's law. This is a wee fancy platform for holding the bags that collects the powder once you push it into it with a card. This is the feet, 4 wee plates for the feet, for the casters, can be bolted on using M6 screws. A square hole was cut, and I think the bar was 3/4 square solid bar. These bars are tapped for M6 bolts and are screwed directly to the frame itself. The screws are long here, but they are cut short, nice and neat. This is the tabs, the mechanical tabs that hold the polycarbonate door when it is up full. So these are a hole drilled in the frame and screwed into the frame. This is the wee special motor that spins the parts for the main powder coating. So this is basically a screwdriver drill. The small motor itself is 12 volts. I'm using a voltage regulator to control the speed. This is the cover, the initial stages of building the cover that goes over it, with a special plate and a gland attached to it for the cable. This is the bottom of it, so an M8 screws into the screwdriver drill, or the wee motor gearbox. So this wee motor has a gearbox on it, so it turns very slow. This is the mount welded to the support at the top. It is rated to approximately probably say about 30 kg, 40 or maybe 50, depending on what you want to hold or what you want to spin. This is the cover over the top of the screwdriver drill itself. Okay, so this is the plates that hold the voltage regulator. They are now welded together at this stage, ready to be clipped into the top panel. This hole needed to be cut out for the wires or the cables to be run to the voltage regulator itself. These protectors are on the edge of the hole to protect the wires from being cut. This is the wee small enclosure welded together, and it slides into the top cover, or the top panel, as you can see here, with this wee notch, and it is fixed with 2 screws at the front face. Here at this point you can see the wee small enclosure bolted to the front face using small tech screws. Stainless, of course, everything is stainless. So this is the regulator for the gun itself, controls the pressure. This bracket was included with the regulator, but I have changed it to stainless. This is the frame with all the welded on channels for the front door before spraying. Okay, so at this point we are sandblasting all the fittings, just to put a coat of red oxide on them so they don't corrode. Here we have the frame all sanded, ready for painting. At this stage they are painted with Vapormatic tractor paint, Kubota orange. Before that they were red oxide primer applied. At this stage here we are building the frame, assembling the frame again, using these wee connectors here. So the frame is not welded together in any way at all. The frame can be stripped, dismantled whenever needed. This is the frame 50% built, ready for the front face to be attached. The glass panes are installed using the small rubber beads. As you can see here, the nice fittings are coated with gloss black paint for protection. Okay, so here the booth is lying on its back, ready for the last quick connect frame at the top there. This is the fittings that hold all the frame together. This is the foot pedal used to control the electrostatic machine, and also the motor that spins the parts. Again, up close, they are attached to a plastic board. So this is the picture of the bracket that holds the regulator, air regulator, out of stainless. So this is the project finished, more or less. 5 years ago, well, wiring off the electrostatic machine to the foot pedals and similar components such as the light are all wired into this box. However, this is completely changed now, as I've already shown, to a control box or a terminal box. So these upcoming pictures here show the project when it was finished 5 years ago. The reason I use stainless steel for all my projects is to reduce contamination, and also I powder coat most of my projects and use this paper matic tractor paint for this reason. As you can see, the project still looks the same to this day as in the earlier video clips. So thank you for watching, everybody. Oh, I nearly forgot, the next image shows the blade that was powder coated in the demonstration. Okay, so if you can see me. Okay, so I've decided to do this just to, I don't know, because there's 2 other projects that I wasn't going to put on YouTube, but if there's interest in them, I might put them on, you know, at a later date after all my other projects that I have still yet to put up. So this project is a windmill, and it's the very top there is 26 foot tall. It has a 3-phase AC generator, and at the minute it is not connected up. As you can see, the wires are at the bottom there, but it is producing electric. It needs a rectifier and what else? An inverter and stuff, and maybe a battery bank, because the generator itself is only 1 kilowatt or close to 1 kilowatt. But it's working when the winds come. There's no wind there at the minute. So you can see on the side of it there, it says 24-hour color imaging. So the reason them stickers is on there, because as you have noticed, it took me 3 weeks to make a video this time. That's because I was putting up state-of-the-art camera system in the house, upgrading from analog to digital. Well, the latest digital cameras, which are 8 megapixel, and really to protect the windmill and everything around it, and stuff around the house, because I've been told to take the windmill down by family. Most people know in my area that my family caused me nothing but grief in the middle of my PhD. So I'm at, I don't know, is it level 8? I've went from level 3 right up to level 8, and I get nothing but abuse and intimidation and people staring in the window at me, trying to threaten me out of my home where I've lived for over 27 years. The home where I build all these projects, and it's not only that, it's select a few of members of the public too are completely envious towards me. I don't know what their issue is, but strange. So if there's interest in this project, I will put it onto my YouTube channel. And there's one other project I'm going to show here before I end this video. So as I say, I'm doing my research in the middle of all these projects. There's Asimo. Asimo, look up. Here, I'm doing research in the middle of all these projects, and currently I have a lot of hassle. So I hope they don't put a stop to my projects. So this is one of my project cars that I have done up, and it is immaculate underneath. I went to London for this car. It has 78,000 miles on it, and it is a Type S H. So it's a high spec. It's 240 horsepower. It's tuned obviously, and it's near 500 newton meters of torque. It is a fully leather, full leather. It has stainless exhaust system. It has a personalised plates off my project car. Acropovic pipes. It has a lot of them wheels is powder coated in my booth and oven that I've built. The calipers, the disc, everything's powder coated. All the arms and underneath the car is powder coated. The full car is stripped, and I have painted it pearl white. And obviously not the full car, but I have painted it myself. Sprayed it, and it's one of the hardest paints I've ever sprayed. The car headlights I've built myself. There's angel eyes in them. It's a really nice car, in the dark too, and the angel eyes is on. So if there's interest in this car, I will also do a video on it, because it gets a lot of attention and everywhere it goes, and sitting here. So if people want a video on it, I will do a video on it, because I have hundreds of pictures of building it. painting it and doing up the under end of it. Every nut and bolt and washer and spring, everything, seal was replaced on it. The wheels were brand new. The wheels were destroyed with a tire remover, so I got the wheels powder coated by a professional company in Northern Ireland, and they made a mess of them, so I had to build my own oven to do the wheels myself. And as you can see, the wheels are nice now. So if there's interest in this car, I will certainly do a video on it. People have told me to do a video on it. It's not so much a project in my eyes, like one of my unique projects, but the car is unique itself. As you can see here, the calipers now on the front of the car. What if I take the camera off here? So you can see here the quality in here is there's a lot of work was put into it. So if there's an interest in the car and the windmill, leave a comment in the comment section and I will certainly put together a video on them. But if there's no interest, I am going to continue on with my projects that are unique and inspiring, and I will put them up soon. So thank you for watching the video of the spray booth.